Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone. And as you can see, our little house here is empty. I've taken all the chests and the furnace and I've put it away into our ME network, which is it was getting quite full, and it actually is getting full again. I even added 4 more disk drives, and these are filled up with all the different types. This one's about half full. We still have one 1K in reserves, but I like the big one. Hello? What happened? It was just big a second ago. Tall centered terminal. Okay, that's weird. Well, it was showing a lot more, but now it's not. Well, anyways, we have a lot of resources tucked in here, and a lot of our tools. But this episode, I want to expand the network a little bit. I want to get all the inscribers set up, and I want to start looking into auto crafting, which takes a certain type of block even to use it. Hello? Oop, that's not the right button. There we go. Applied Energistics. This one, nope, that's not it. These ones. 1K crafting storage, 4K crafting storage. This is pretty much like the RAM of the Applied Energistics. It allows you to craft, it allows you to have processing power. And they all take this crafting unit, and if we right click on it, you can see you can make a crafting coprocessor with the diamond one. You can add the 1K storage component, and it gives you the 1K crafting storage, and so on and so forth. You can get pretty expansive with these, like the 64K crafting, but that is way out of our reach right now for resources. We need to find a better way of getting redstone, like maybe setting up a redstone farm. But let's see. It went away. If you don't click on it, it won't take the @ symbol. But Applied Energistics. So let's look at this calculation processor, logic processor, and some ME glass cables. And look at that, we do have some. Between episodes, I made a couple more calculation processors. I did have... Where did those go? Are they still in here? I took some Certus quartz dust and turned it into the pure Certus quartz, and then started processing those, but they disappeared. Where did they go? They're not in there. Are they in one of you? Hang on. Is it in the middle one? I can't get to the middle one right now. Let me underneath there. What are you doing out of there? Let's check. Nope. You're not in that one. Oh, I processed them all into the calculation circuit. But yeah, that's what makes these guys. And then you just do the redstone and the silicone, and you get your actual calculation processor right there. But there we go. We have 2 crafting units, and I believe I just watched the last logic processor get used up. So let's grab a couple gold. Slowly getting more. That's not the right one. Which one's the logic? Are you logic? You are. So let's toss this into the hopper, and we'll let that run through. How much redstone do we have in here? 19. Plenty of silicone, pressed silicone, or what is it? Printed silicone. Keep calling it pressed. But just take those and just shift click it in. Let's see if we can get these 3 done pretty quick. 1, 2, 3, come on. Slowly. This is why I want to get it automated, so that I can either have it set up to where I have a certain number just stored at all times. If I use it, it makes more. But either way, there's some logic processors. And let's look up storage. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Let's just go through here because I know I can find it right there. And there we go. There's 2. 2 is not enough. Let's just grab a couple more of our redstone. Uh-oh, it's nighttime. Hopefully nothing spawns and attacks us, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Alright, where did those go? There should be 3 of them. Let's see, 3. Oh, there's 2 of them, never mind. Oop, that was something. What was that? Next gen crafting. So yeah, these guys are quite interesting. If you place it down, it changes graphics. And if I place another one, they kind of join up. But you can only do these in, I believe, squares and rectangles. So if I popped another one on the side, it would actually break it, in a manner of speaking, and not allow you to lose them, or use them. But for this, like I said, it allows us to auto-craft stuff, which reminds me we are going to need an additional terminal, and it's the pattern terminal. So we're going to need another crafting terminal. Let's see, do we still have that? We just need a crafting table. How about just give me 1 wood. Plop that in there. Crafting terminal. There we go. Ooh, that's not the right thing. Is it a logic? Oh, great. Now you're going to make me have to think. Crafting terminal. It is a logic processor. Where am I going? There's 7 more of those. Just give me 1 for now. There. Alright, so there is our ME terminal. Get rid of that. Now we're going to need the crafting terminal. And there that is. We'll just plop that right in there. Oops, that's not the right button. And if we right click on that, we can see the ME pattern terminal, which of course I do not have. So let's look up. Oop, too far. Just grab one of those, toss it in there. I mean, this kind of works, but it still relies on me having to place them in. That's it. Time to sleep. Alright, after a quick siesta in our bed, we now have our ME pattern terminal. If we take this, we can place it right underneath this terminal. Oop. And it has a little bit different of an interface. I mean, you can still craft in it, but it's also how you set up, what are these things called? Now I have to think about it. Patterns. Blink pattern, which is glowstone, quartz dust, and some form of a Certus quartz. How many can we get? Oh, you're going to be like that, aren't you? I'm missing something, so let's find out what it is. Oh, just quartz glass. That's too easy to do. If I can do it right. Nope. Okay, think. There we go. I guess we'll just grab 4 more. We're running low on... What do I keep clicking on? Running low on Certus quartz. But we can just grab a blank pattern, and let's make a pattern for a blank pattern. I forgot how in-depth this is going to be. So in order to use this, we're going to need 2 things. The first is a molecular assembler, which is the formation core, annihilation core, and all the rest of this stuff. And second, we're just going to need a interface. Just like that. You can use the smaller ones. For some reason, I like using the bigger ones. You can actually input to them from all sides. And that's just a formation core and an annihilation core. So let me get that stuff together and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, so just finished crafting those up. It just took a little bit of time just making more processors, and you guys have seen that from me a few times now. But now let's see if I can find some open space. Let's just grab some of these for demonstration purposes. No, that's not in the way. Alright, we'll bring it out and we'll place the interface right here. We'll place the molecular assembler right next to it, and all we do is place the pattern into the pattern slot and our 1K crafting, so we actually have some processing power. And now we can go in here, and if we change it to just craftable items, we can choose blink pattern, and let's just say make one of those. Of course, we're missing quartz glass. Let's just take it all. So let's do quartz glass. Which one's just the normal one? Glass. There we go. Just the regular. We'll just make as many as we can because we know we are going to use it later. So we can go back to our blink pattern and say, can we do 10? How about that? No, we only have 3. Oh, this is just wonderful. Give me. Look at that. Full stack of glowstone without having to go to the nether. One more time. There we go. We're going to request 10 blink patterns. So let's hit start. And if we look in here, we can see it's processing through them. And I believe it's putting it right back into the interface. And now we can switch to all of our stuff. And there is our 10 patterns. So we'll grab those, place them in, and there's going to be a few things we're going to want. Like, say this quartz glass. This seems to be one we use a lot. Hey, look at that. We're out of more stuff. We're really out of more stuff. There's some Certus quartz. There's some other Certus quartz. Let's just pop about that many into our pulverizer. I made a couple changes behind it. I got rid of the leadstone energy or leadstone flux duct thingies. Yeah, the thingies. And I replaced it with the Ender IO power, which can also share spaces with the item conduit. So now each of these are outputting the secondary, and it'll put into its respective barrel. So I no longer have to come up and empty it, so they'll keep going. But yeah, that's quite nice. Alright, let's set this pattern up. Oops, we are missing some glass. And whatever I just had in my hand. Hey, there we go. So let's make a pattern for that. Of course, I'm going to move this a little bit later. What else is a good one to have? How about the... What else went into this? Iron, glowstone, I've completely blanked on all the essentials. How about we just do some of the vanilla ones, like a piston. We can make one of those. How about a crafting table? Craft in Minecraft. That is a wonderful thing to look up. Crafting table. Get one of those. Even though we have a bunch of them, how about we look up chest? Yeah, after all those chests we emptied, we have quite a few left over. But now, say if we want a piston, which I have none of, so this would be a good thing to make for next time. Okay, how about we just make 5 then? 5 of those. So those are going, and let's see if I can do it fast enough. We don't have enough, or a spare processor, which we can come up here and see what's going on. Oh, look at that, it's finished. But yeah, even though we have two separate, they're working together to process those two, or the whatever's being processed at the time. So there is a way to get it to work, and it's the first one I clicked on actually, crafting something, co-processing unit. So that's just another crafting unit with the engineering processor, which I think will make. Let me get some more stuff together. I'm going to clean this all up, and I'll bring you guys back for the next section, which is going to be setting up auto crafting for all of these, which is a very interesting thing. So I will bring you guys back. Alright, so we're back. We're underneath our Applied Energistics. There's our energy acceptor. And so let's bring some of this down. I think I have enough to get at least one, the main one, set up. So let's actually come grab it, because I forgot to grab it. There's redstone, silicone, and our other hopper. And we'll bring it down here. And let's see, that torch, you know, that torch is just fine where it's at. Where is that at? Right there. Place it there. We should have enough room. Let's do it. And I love being so prepared. Not. Let's find our wrench. Yeah, that's what's nice about that pattern terminal, is it's right there, and we can actually pull stuff out of it. I can't grab that little slab. Oh well, we're gonna leave that open for now. But we're gonna put an export bus on the top and on the sides. Those were mildly easy to get. Export bus. It's just a formation core, piston, and some iron ingots. Easy to get. And now we'll just run. Uh-oh. Where are... Oh, crap. Oh, okay. We're back. That was a horrible, I'd almost say lag, but I don't know what just happened. But there we go. We have them wired up. We just need to run power to it. Oh, we're just going to have a mess of cables here. And on this final side, we're going to take an interface and place it right there. And in this one, we are going to export silicone. The top one, we're going to export redstone. And if I take those and toss them back in, you can see we have our printed silicone and our redstone. And our interface will be the patterns, and the patterns for this is going to be really tricky to do, because it's not an actual recipe. It's just going to be the unprocessed thing. What is it called? Circuit. Oh my god, I'm going blank. Yes, these are going to be the input, and then the export, or the process, is going to be the actual finished bit. So let's break this away, and I brought some item conduits from Ender.io. Here, let's actually look at the recipe for that. It's just a conduit binder and a pulsating iron nugget, which is just an ender pearl and an iron ingot. And then the conduit binder is just gravel, sand, and clay. It gives you 8 binder composites, and then you just smelt that down, and it actually keeps giving you more. Each one gives you 4, so it's actually a really cheap way of moving around items. And hey there, this conduit binder works. Let's see if we can find the other ones. There's the fluid, but the energy ones is conductive iron, which again is very cheap. just one redstone and one iron. So 3 redstone, 3 iron gave us uh, 16. So I did 2 of those recipes, and I have 32. I used it over there. But this should pull the finished one out, push it into the interface, which will push it right back into our system. So let's see if we have any. I guess we can. I wish I had some of this. You know what? Let me go fix some of this up, and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, that took no time at all, but let's clear that out. And we're going to take the printed logic circuit, and we can't place it here yet, but if we change it from a crafting pattern to a processing pattern, there we go. We have one printed logic circuit equals one processor, and this only works that way because we have the other two being exported directly in there. I mean, you can set it up where all 3 items get pushed out, then you have to filter it into each side. I find this way just works that much easier. So, oop, that's not the pattern. That's the pattern. So there we go. We have, which one was it? This one? No. Nope. Yep, there it is. We have the pattern in there. So let's look at craftable. Uh-oh, we're actually going to need you. Alright, craftable items. Let's just toss these on really quick, because I want to see if this is going to work correctly. I haven't done it with Ender IO as the item pulling out. But there we go. One printed logic circuit equals one processor. Let's start it. There we go. Pushed in just fine. And is it going to pull it out? Let's see. Oh, come on. Can I get to it? Active with a signal, active without a signal. Will that do it? There we go. I think over there, because of the, what are they called? Pulverizers, they push the item out if possible. So there we go. We have one of them set up. So let me go ahead. I'm going to set up the other 3, and I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so there we go. We have our calculation processor, our engineering processor, and our logic processor all set up so that we can just make sure we have all the resources and click auto craft, and we will get them. They're automatically put back into the system. That is wonderful. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. We dabbled into auto crafting. We finally have a way of getting these circuits really easily. Let's see how well they come up. Oop, not that one. Processors. Alright, so there's 2 of those. If you middle mouse click, like your scroll wheel, and you know you have a recipe for it, it'll take you straight to this, so you don't have to actually isolate it using this, the changing of the viewable items. And there we go. It works wonderfully. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys later.